and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where you learn all about gardening in the great indoors. Today we're going to talk about growing green onions indoors, which is really fun. And today's video is sponsored by our Amazon affiliate link, and you can see the link below. Okay, so growing green onions indoors is so much fun, and it's so easy, and it's so cool to have them when you need them when you're cooking. And the other thing I really like about it is a lot of the time, unless you're making a certain dish that calls for, say, a cup or 2 or 3 of green onions, you don't need that big fat wad that you buy in the grocery store. You just don't need it. And a lot of times it ends up going into the compost bin or even the trash can. So this is a great way to grow just as much as you need. Now, I'm going to show you here. This guy here was planted 5 days ago. So you can see how nice these are already coming up. And how you grow them is you grow them from the bulbs. This is a red onion and a white onion. Now, grown outdoors in the right circumstances, these will become big onions. Also, it takes many months for that to happen. However, indoors, it can take you very little time. As I mentioned, this guy right here, just 5 days, and I could, if I wanted, a little sprig or 2 of green onions tonight in my salad, I could clip off part of that and use it. So these guys are the bulbs, and you'll see they look like little onions. And I'm going to show you how to plant them in a minute. These are red, and these are white. As you can tell, these kind of look purpley. Okay. This is one that was planted, put that out here so you can see it. This one was planted, it was a couple of months ago, so they've gotten big and they've gotten kind of long and rangy. And I let them do that because I wanted to show you what will happen if you let them to keep growing. What you can do, however, in either way, anyway, it doesn't matter if you let them grow for a long time or if you let them grow short, they're still going to taste really good. But what you can do once they've grown even this long, so what you do is you, just like with the green onions you would get in the store, you can take off the green part. You can also, at this point, this one is mature enough to harvest the entire stalk and use, there is a little onion down there, and you can also use the white part, which is really oniony. So, but here, what we would do is go ahead and harvest it, cut it up, and use it on your salad, in your favorite meal, on a stir fry, on an omelet, etc. And you'll see it is just like regular green onions that you would get in the store, but just a little bit, because honestly, a lot of times, how many do you need? Probably just two stalks, right? Okay. Wow, that onion is strong. Good. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to plant them really easy. And there is some room in this container here, so I'm going to do it in here. And you can do that too. You can have some growing if you want. This is actually a really good way to do it. If you want to have enough for growing, for cooking throughout the year, is keep them in varying stages of growth. So you'd have some that are growing a little bit, some that are really growing in case you need a lot, some are about this high. So you can succession plant. You want to use a soil like this. I do like ProMix, the ProMix products, because it's a light soil, yet it also is water retentive, because you do need the water retention as well as good drainage. Okay, so here we go. You want to plant, this is where the roots come out of here, and this is where the stalk comes. So you want to plant that way. You want to push in. I'm going to do a few of them here. That way, in a week or so, I can have some little smart, short ones if I decide to use all this soon. And there's not a whole bunch of different flavor between the purple and you see the ones that have the stalks already coming out of them, you want to use those first, and they will grow quicker too. So there's not, as I was saying, not a lot of big variation in taste between these. It's kind of a personal preference. If you like the looks of the purple or if you like the white, there's a little bit of a change, little bit of a difference. Okay, so we've done that. We pushed them in. You want to push them in, but where you can still see them, and then you can fill in with soil and use your fingers, and you're going to basically submerge the bulb, but still have the stalk sticking up above. So you do not want to bury that stalk. You want that to be sticking up. If there's only a little one like this here, just make sure that that little bit of top third or so of the bulb is showing if there's no stalk showing. If there's a stalk showing, go ahead and bury it up to the stalk, like this one, as you can see here. Okay, so mention the soil. You can put a little bit of a granular fertilizer into the soil. That's good. The Pro Mix does come pre-fertilized, but whatever soil you're using, it doesn't hurt to do a half-strength granular fertilizer according to package directions. You want to keep them moist. You can see this is moist, but you don't want it soggy. You also don't ever want the bottom of the pot sitting in water, as that will cause root rot and basically will cause bulb rot for these guys. And a bright light. You do want a bright light. If you don't have enough bright light in your house, you want to use full spectrum lighting, which you can get in bulb form and put in a fixture and just put the onions right underneath it. You can see these are growing fairly straight. They have a little bit of a lean because they've been sitting next to a window. And if that happens, what you want to do is you want to rotate by a quarter turn every few days, and that will make it grow more straight up. Okay, and in terms of the bulbs, you can usually get them in the winter, fall through late winter, early spring at your local nurseries. You should be able to find some online as well. You want to keep these guys cool and dry so they don't start to sprout in the package. But if they do start to sprout some in the package, you can use them. Go ahead and get them planted right away. The only time you don't want to use them is if they become mushy, because that means that they are past their prime and won't grow for you. Okay, well, that is it. Oh, watering I mentioned, right? So that is it. Thank you for watching today. Keep enjoying gardening in the great indoors. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.